Good day, everyone. We are Group 7 and we are tasked to report about the philosophy of existentialism.
Existentialism centers on analysis of individual existence in the universe and the plight of individuals who must assume ultimate responsibility for acts of free will. Existentialism in education is a teaching and learning philosophy that focuses on the student's freedom and agency to choose their future. So, the main point of the philosophy of existentialism is the individuality of students. The proponents of existentialist education are Jean-Paul Sartre, Soren Kierkegaard, Martin Heidegger, and Albert Camus. Soren Kierkegaard is the father of existentialism. He believed that human existence is always individual in character and never social. Another proponent is Martin Heidegger. He is one of the most original and important philosophers of the 20th century. He also contributed to such diverse fields such as phenomenology, existentialism, hermeneutics, political theory, psychology, and theology.
Another proponent of existentialism is Jean-Paul Sartre, 1905 to 1980. He is an existentialist philosopher, a central figure of existentialism. According to him, existence precedes essence. We are responsible for everything we do. Man is condemned to be free. The destiny of man is placed within himself. Next is Albert Camus, 1913 to 1960. He is a journalist, editor and editorialist, playwright and director, novelist and author of short stories, political essayist and activist. He ignored or opposed systematic philosophy. He had little faith in rationalism. He asserted rather than argued many of his main ideas. He brooded over such questions as the meaning of life in the face of death, and he posed one of the 20th century's best known existentialist questions, which launches the myth of Sisyphus. There is only one really serious philosophical question, and that is suicide.
There are two goals of education in existentialism. First is to focus on individual humanity. In the philosophy of existentialism, education was focused on individual humanity, which means that every individual is unique and education must cater to the individual differences. The second goal is to produce individuals who are aware of their freedom of choice. The objective of education is to enable every individual to develop his unique qualities, to harness his potentialities, and cultivate his individualities. The role of teachers in existentialist education is to present principles and values reasoning. They enable students to look at a scenario and understand its moral complexities as part of developing a citizen who is able to critically think about and handle moral situations. They are also expected to be a good provider of experience and opportunities. The teacher in existentialist education is there to provide pathways for students to explore their own values, meanings, and choices. They also should be an effective questioner and communicator. Teachers are expected to be effective questioner, which uses questions in the classroom to open conversations, inspire deeper intellectual thought, and promote student-to-student interaction. They also should break down complex ideas into simpler parts and smaller steps to transmit to their students.
The teaching methods of existentialism philosophy are scientific dialogue, inquiry approach, question and answer method, drawing responses, and social heritage over experiences. Scientific dialogue refers to communication about science that brings all parties to greater understanding. Inquiry approach requires the students to question the truth and accuracy of the information obtained. The importance of this approach requires students to make sense of what they have learned. Question and answer method is the delivery of lessons by asking questions to students, a way of presenting the material in the form of questions that must be answered, especially the teacher to the student, or can also be from student to teacher. Drawing responses provides an open form of assessment, allowing students to respond in a variety of ways. They may enable students to show evidence of understanding that other assessment strategies mask. Social heritage over experience. The term is mainly used in educational environments. Heritage language schools are community-based education centers that are set up to promote heritage language and cultural learning. Through heritage teaching, learners discover their uniqueness as well as their common ground, and in this manner, it promotes social cohesion, mutual understanding, and unity.
So next are the subjects that are being studied in existentialism. So the subjects that are being studied in existentialism are sciences, humanities, philosophy, arts for aesthetic expression, history, literature, mathematics, and ethics. So sciences are any system of knowledge that is concerned with the physical world and its phenomena, and that entails unbiased observations and systematic experimentation. While humanities are academic disciplines that study aspects of human society and culture. Philosophy, on the other hand, are the study of general and fundamental questions such as those about existence, reason, knowledge, values, mind, and language. Then arts for aesthetic expression, where arts is the expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, typically in a visual form such as painting or sculpture, producing works to be appreciated primarily for their beautiful or emotional power. Then history is the study of past events, particularly in human affairs. And literature are written works, especially those considered of superior or lasting artistic merit. Then mathematics is the study of such topics as numbers, arithmetic and number theory, formulas and related structures, or algebra, shapes and spaces in which they are contained, geometry, then, and quantities and their changes, calculus and analysis. And ethics is a branch of philosophy that involves systematizing, defending, and recommending concepts of right and wrong behavior. So next, let's have the existentialist curriculum. So in this curriculum, learning is self-paced and self-directed. So what do you mean by self-paced? So self-paced means you learn in your own time and schedule. Means you don't need to do assignments and learn at the same time as others. And self-directed is you take the initiative with or without others. So basically, they are just almost the same. So next is it has a wide variety of options that are given to students for them to choose. So ang mga students kay gitagaan sila dagan kay nga kapilianan nga mga options para ilang pilian. Then students have a lot of freedom in terms of subject selection. So, pwede ra jud sila mamili bilag unsa nilang subject. They can choose whatever subject they want to choose. And next is the humanities are prioritized in order to provide students with hands-on experience that will aid in the development of their own creativity and self-expression. And next is it comprised of fine arts, drama, creative expression, literature, and philosophy. So, maubitaw nga in existentialism, the subjects that are being studied, apil na ana ang arts for aesthetic expression, philosophy, o literature. And lastly is vocational education is considered as a way of teaching students about themselves and their potential rather than earning a livelihood. So, dili ni pangwartang-warta lang kanang gitudluan ng students para they can improve their own selves. They will know their potential and improve themselves. So that's all in the existentialist curriculum. Thank you.
And that's all for the philosophy of existentialism. Thank you for listening.